Hello. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we will proceed further and look at examples of arrays. So we had studied till the example for conditions. Now I'll create this table, which students will look at it in a moment. So we paste it first and our table is created. Now let's look at the table. What does it contain? The student ID, which is a serial, primary key, name is text, marks is integers array, subjects are marks are actually not is subjects are text array, attendance is a boolean array, lucky numbers are integer array. So we insert several rows, 1, 2, 3, 4 to be exact, and we paste this here. The four arrays are four, one, two, three. Three rows are inserted. Okay. And to verify, we test it whether the rows are inserted or not, and we have that. So you can see that marks, subjects, attendance, and lucky numbers are arrays, which will form the basis of queries in this video. So some testing is there's simple example, select array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, select array red, green, blue. So you can do all that on your own. As you remember, I'm not sure if I gave it as a gist, but let me quickly check that. Did I prepare the gist for this conditional array, right? So yeah, the gist is there in the previous video. So you can download it from the previous video description. I'll also add again in this video. So similarly, you can select array of true, false, true, or dates, or literals are also given. Select this as text, this as numeric, this as integer array, two-dimensional integer array. Select array from generate series, give function call 1 to 10, select array, select name from students. So select this. So names will be multiple rows, which we select as arrays. Okay. Then we can select distinct subjects from this, and we can make an array out of that, because subjects itself is an array. So you can see that math, physics, chemistry, English, and computers are there in the array. Then we can select first marks of the students as name comma marks 1. So we have that. So remember that these arrays are one index, I believe. I don't think for 0 you will get anything. See, you don't get anything for 0. So these are definitely one based indexes. Similarly, you can select marks 2, subjects 1, lucky numbers 2, or you can select this, for example. So last marks, you can have that. Okay. Similarly, you can have arrays, array, another array. You can do slicing 2 colon 4, 3 colon 5. These are half open, half closed. So it will be 2 and 3. 2 and 3 should be selected. So 20 and 30 should come out from this one, for example. Okay. Selected. Okay, something is wrong here. Okay, this should also not work then. There is slices. Okay. There is something wrong with the slice notation. Let me quickly check that. So slices are where? Okay, these are slices. Slicing notation is correct. Let's see if there is an example for that. Slicing example. Okay, not given in the example. It's okay, I'll come back to this. Okay. So dimensions and all we had covered, equality and all we have already covered, containment we have covered this. So let's look at the queries where we make it on students. Okay, so select name, mark, subject, this you can do. Now we'll see whether marks contains 90. Okay. So Alice has marks of 90. Then we can select lucky numbers where it contains 7 and 9. Okay. And then we select students whose subjects contain computers. Charlie has that. And for Bob, we can set lucky numbers as 100, 200, 300. And we select again. So, sorry, for Bob, we had set 100, 200, 300, not for Charlie. Similarly, you can update the select. Now we can do array append. If you want to see the append version, this we had seen in the documentation. I'm more interested in the student's query, so we can append history as an object, as a subject. So here we have appended history as a subject. Note that we have not updated it. Okay, in the table it is select. In that we have history and updated subjects in the column. Similarly, you can prepend general to subjects of students. You can concatenate arrays like so. And similarly, for students, you can concatenate subjects array with economics and biology. Then you have array remove. You can remove two from array math and remove physics from here. Then we have replace. So let's see this. For example, the 2 will be replaced by 20 here. So both 2's were replaced by 20 here. Array in array math clicks English, physics will be replaced by computer. In the array replace, we replace English with literature. Then we have the position. We find the position of 30. This should be 3. Let's run this. So that is 3. This should be 2. You can look at the position of physics, for example. So physics is always at 2. So this all you can do, positions and all. Then we have array length. This is simple. You can do it. Now we select cardinality, which gives the dimensions of the array. So 4 here, and for the two-dimensional array, it should be 4 again. And if we look at the cardinality of subjects from students, so that will be different. So again, let me show you what subjects they had, so you can see why cardinality was so. So there were 4 subjects for Alice and Charlie, and 3 for Bob, so they came as 4, 4, and 3. Then we have array dimensions. So for example, you can look at the dimensions of this, and it is given as 1 colon 2, 1 colon 2, and 1 colon 2. Then endings are there, so array lower, this won't have any effect on this. Let's see, sorry, lower, right? This is different. This is not that. So lower of these is 1, so 1 comes out. You can trim arrays like so. You can fill arrays, fill an array with certain values. And append, we have already seen remove and all we have seen. So complicated arrays, you can queries you can construct like that. We have array remove 2 from this, and then append 10. Similarly, replace, first you concatenate this, then replace C by Z. Now we have practical examples. We select name, subjects, cardinality of subjects as total subjects, and array position subjects physics as physics position. So that is one example. If you want to run it, so you can see it. So total subjects is 443 and physics position is 2 in each. Similarly, we can select name marks, array length marks, comma 1 as exams taken, and marks array upper marks, comma 1, that is marks. So for example, let's see this. And we have that. Similarly, you can append subjects as artificial intelligence for next semester. You can remove English from the revised subjects and so on. Then we are replace in subjects, we replace computer as with machine learning. We can unnest this array, and we can unnest this array. We can unnest subjects here. Okay, we can unnest marks. Now unnest with multiple arrays. So unnest two different arrays as student and marks. So let's see this an example. So you see it gives us two columns. Now cross join we have not studied, so I will not go in this. So other queries I will leave for now. I believe those are quite complicated. For example, generate subscripts we have not covered. Okay. So these I will leave for now. These are something which will need array aggregation. For example, we have not covered. So array train array aggregation we have not covered. So we will leave this. So I'll stop here. Okay. And let's go back to documentation. So we will now study range multi-range. Yeah, we had to study range multi-range. And range multi-range we will study, which should take us one video, and then we will move on to aggregate function. This should have that array array aggregation here. So once we do that, we will have more examples of this particular section. Okay, you see array aggregation also here. So once we have covered array for, we will have one example for range multi-range and then one for aggregate. So in next video, we will cover range multi-range, and next to that, we will have an example. And then we will cover aggregate functions and we will have one example. And then we have very interesting topic of window functions. Okay. These are very useful in constructing complex queries. Okay. So as you can see, the first line if you read, it is very interesting. Window functions provide the ability to perform calculations across set of rows that are related to the current query rows. Okay, so you can perform calculations across these selected rows. So very important topic we will have. That will be the first video, and we will have certainly lots of practical examples with us. So with this, I will end this video here, and I hope that you have learned something. So I'm sorry that the example does not cover all which we wanted to. I mean, it covered more than what we wanted to. So sorry about that. In the next video, we will see range and multi-range functions and operators. This video will come tomorrow. Yesterday, I was a bit tired and I slept early, so I could not complete the video. Apologies for that. So I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Till then, stay curious, keep learning, and most importantly, enjoy.